Hollie Woods, and this is Totally Tubular Trivia. We don't do boring here with aimless talk, just the righteous nostalgia you love. But first, we have to settle last week's radical riddle. This not-so-sweet disaster of 1985 was New Coke. Theorists claim the 1985 New Coke fiasco was actually a smokescreen to quietly switch expensive cane sugar for cheap, high-fructose corn syrup. Talk about a sweet conspiracy. Whether it was a blunder or a master plan, it gave the company a billion-dollar boost in free advertising. Anyway, let's get on with the show. I've got 10 gnarly questions to test your 80s IQ. So grab a New Coke and let's go.
Question 1. Movies.
In the 1984 classic, A Nightmare on Elm Street, what is the name of the fictional town where Freddy Krueger hunts teenagers in their sleep? The answer is Springwood. Wes Craven chose the name Freddy because he was bullied by a kid named Fred Dyer in elementary school. There is no revenge quite like turning your childhood bully into a pizza-faced demon with a glove made of steak knives.
Question 2. Music.
Which not goth band, led by a singer who once famously referred to goths as daft, features a permanent band member who is actually a 1980s drum machine? The answer is The Sisters of Mercy, featuring Andrew Eldritch. The band's drummer, Dr. Avalanche, is actually a series of evolving drum machines. Eldritch is so committed to the bit that the Doctor receives official album credits as he has outlasted every human member except for the singer himself.
Question 3. TV.
In the sitcom Silver Spoons, what was the name of the eccentric billionaire father who lived in a mansion filled with arcade games and a rideable indoor freight train? The answer is Edward Stratton III, who is played by Joel Higgins. To keep the mansion looking like a child's dream, the production used a real heavy-duty train that was so heavy it actually started to crack the studio's concrete floor. It turns out, having a literal locomotive in your living room is only a great idea until the foundation gives up.
Question 4. Fashion.
What was the specific name of the neon-colored, oversized plastic links used to clip your oversized t-shirts to the side? The answer is t-shirt clips. We walked around looking like neon-colored construction sites. It was the only fashion trend that made you sound like a bucket of Legos every time you moved.
Question 5. Pop culture.
During the 1987 Max Headroom broadcast Hijack, the intruder mocked a major soft drink by holding up a can of Pepsi and saying, "Catch the wave." Which brand was it? The answer is New Coke. The hackers mocked the failed soda launch while wearing a cheap mask of the Max Headroom character that Coca-Cola actually paid to be their official spokesman. It was the ultimate case of corporate identity theft being used to roast the brand that actually owned it. Wow, I still have trauma from the Headroom heist. Anyway, since we're mid-episode, it's time for the commercial break trivia question. Let's see if you can identify this iconic 80s spokesperson.
Question 6. Commercials.
Which soft drink brand featured a cool sunglasses-wearing dude named Fido Dido in their animated ads? The answer is 7-Up. Fido Dido was the ultimate 80s doodle. He had gravity-defying hair and zero bones, making him the only mascot who looked like he'd actually survived a 1980s hair perming accident.
Question 7. Food.
What was the name of the 80s cereal that was essentially just tiny cookies in a box, making it every parent's nutritional nightmare? The answer is Cookie Crisp. The mascot was a wizard because, apparently, it takes magic to convince a mother that eating cookies in the morning is part of a nutritious breakfast.
Question 8. Video games.
In the arcade hit Donkey Kong, what was the original name of the character we now know as Mario? The answer is Jumpman. He was a carpenter back then, not a plumber. Nintendo changed his name to Mario after the landlord of their American warehouse, Mario Segal, barged in to demand late rent. Nothing says hero like being named after an angry landlord.
Question 9. Toys.
Which 1980s toy was a sticky octopus-like creature that you threw against a wall to watch it walk down, eventually falling off because it was too covered in dirt and dog hair? The answer is the Wacky Wall Walker. Inspired by a Japanese toy, these things were the ultimate cereal box prize. The problem was they were basically debris magnets. After 3 tosses, your wall walker would be so caked in stray cereal crumbs that it would just lose its stick and plummet to the floor like a tiny, hairy tragedy.
Question 10. Celebrities.
In the 1988 drama Permanent Record, a young Keanu Reeves had a cameo encounter that left him completely starstruck. Which rock legend was recording in the studio when Keanu's character nervously waved at him? The answer is Lou Reed. Keanu was so genuinely nervous about meeting the rock icon that his starstruck wave in the film wasn't just acting. It was a total fanboy moment. It's one of the few times the one was actually humbled by a mere mortal. You've survived Dr. Avalanche and Donkey Kong. Congratulations! Thanks for hanging out. But before you head out to play Atari, I'm leaving you with a radical riddle to think about until our next episode. I have many faces but only one head, with colors of yellow, blue, white, and red. Twist me and turn me to get them in line, or leave me scrambled to pass the time. What am I? Think about it. I'm Hollie Woods, and I'll reveal the answer next time right here on Totally Tubular Trivia. Be excellent to each other.